Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat?
We have a huge challenge this week, with Dallas's front. They're really good, but I have all the confidence in our guys to go out there and compete at a high level. And so I was really proud of them, in that first game on how they played. It allowed me to go through my reads and go through my progressions and make decisions and run or not. It really allowed me just to freely play quarterback, and it was fun.
The single biggest question that all of us had this entire offseason about the New Orleans Saints, the offensive line. They aced the test week one at home against Carolina, 47-10. The Saints ran for 180 yards in that game. They kept Derek Carr upright. Everything worked. The challenge ratchets up dramatically here this week. That was Derek Carr talking about his offensive line. The really big issue right now is that both of your starters on the left side, guard Lucas Patrick and left tackle first-round pick Taliesin Fuanga, both on the injury report on Friday. Fuanga missed practice on Thursday and Friday, as a matter of fact. Here was Dennis Allen on Friday talking about Taliesin Fuanga and what he's dealing with.
Just a little back tightness, like not a whole lot different than what he dealt with in training camp. So, look, I feel good about him, but we'll see how he is the next couple of days.
A little more from Dennis Allen on the rookie left tackle.
I'd say this about him. I think he's a little bit more mature than most rookies, just in terms of where he's at mentally, where he came in mentally from knowing the game of football, how to play. Obviously there's certain things in the game plan that you gotta learn, but he's been in meetings. He was limited in practice on Wednesday, so he's really missed the last 2 days. We'll see where he's at tomorrow, but I feel, pretty good about it.
I'll tell you what worries me, and not just for this week moving forward. Dennis Allen saying it's the same thing he dealt with in camp. So Fuanga missed the last preseason game, went down in camp with a back injury, and now back tightness, and he's missed the last 2 days. It's week 2. A 17-game NFL season is something – he's a young guy, man. It's his first year in the league. He's never played a 17-game NFL season. And when you have a back issue from camp that lingers in now week 2 – I can't help but think, as I'm not an NFL offensive lineman, but I deal with chronic back issues. It never goes away. And I hope that's not what this is. It's something that would linger throughout his career. I'm not suggesting that at all, but what I do know is when you have a back injury, it doesn't heal easily, and especially if you're a 320-pound dude with other 300-pound dudes crashing into you all the time. That has me a little concerned about this.
So, I dealt with this at LSU, and then first 2 years in the minor leagues, pretty extensively, called spondylolisthesis. So it's basically a birth defect in my lower back, where the vertebrae is not connected. If you X-ray my back, it looks broken.
Okay.
And it's one of those deals where it's there, you can feel it, it flares up, and then you wake up one morning and then it's just gone. It's a tightness. And it's fairly common. You don't really know it's there unless you have the physicals and stuff that high level athletes have. If it's something like that where it can come and go, and then eventually you can kind of learn to play through it, I felt like Dennis Allen was alluding to when he said he was mature beyond his years. It was almost like he's taking it easy on purpose and he kind of knows this is going to happen, and he knows the feeling, and he's going to be out there playing Sunday without saying that, something that the guys dealt with before. Because when I was going through it, that's kind of how it was. I, knew the things I needed to do to get back out there, but you're 100% right saying that that's one of those injuries. It's like a soft tissue, like a hamstring, like a quad. Once it happens, it's there. The only thing that fixes it is rest, and rest for a long time. These guys are not only playing the games and practicing, they're lifting weights, heavy weights throughout the season to maintain, what they've worked so hard for, and to prepare for the car wreck, which is a game on Sundays, and so that preparation piece involves a lot of pounding and wear and tear on your body. The back and the hamstring, I guess you could throw ankle in there too, or those injuries that they're just there, man, and you deal with it. Fortunately, they've got some great pain tolerance things you can take that get you through the game, and then you're good.
The issue is magnified this week, of course, because you're facing Micah Parsons and the Dallas front. As a matter of fact, Derek Carr in that same media availability talked not only about Parsons, but he talked about the Dallas pass rush, which this offensive line, which might be down a couple of guys, is going to face this week.
I mean, they're just really talented. They're really good all across the board. Everyone's going to talk about 11 and 90, but I mean, they got guys inside. They have some guys, other guys outside. I mean, they got guys all over the place, and they have an amazing coach, and Coach Zimmer and Coach Gunther's over there. I know Coach Gunther is with me with the Raiders, and he is one of the smartest coaches I've ever been around in my life. Just the way he sees things, and sees quarterbacks and sees coordinators, and the way he does that. And so, they have great scheme along with really, really good talent.
I'm going to be interested to see what the offensive line looks like. When you were talking, though, about just kind of dealing with it and getting ready for the weekend, it did remind me of Ryan Ramczyk. So Ramczyk, we know, isn't playing this year. His career very well could be over. Last year, effectively, every week, Tuesday's a day off in the NFL. Wednesday, he would be on the injury report every Wednesday as a veteran rest day. It was just he just didn't practice on Wednesday. And then he'd be limited on Thursday and limited on Friday or full on Friday. And then it was basically just the whole week was just getting him ready for Sunday. Mm-hmm. But it's different when you're talking about a guy that's been an all-pro in the NFL and a guy that has played one game in the NFL. But make no mistake, you're better with Taliesin Fuanga than any other option you have as far as shuffling the deck there. I'm curious if the Saints, if the way Kubiak calls offense, might be able to mask it a little bit. Look, we all know Trevor Penning's not had a great start. He's been bad to start his career. So much so that we've been calling him potential bust. He looked awesome.
That guy's terrible.
He looked awesome the other day. In the right system, where they're getting him out in space, he looked better. Like he looked better, objectively.
Like better or good? Good.
Because what we know he can do is get athletic and go get into people's pads and move bodies. What he can't do is sit in a chair in a pass set and hold off an elite edge rusher. Yeah. He's terrible at that. And so you're not asking him to do that in this. So,
well, let me say this too. I don't care if you had the guy from Blindside, like the real guy from Blindside.
Michael Orr, yeah.
No, not Michael Orr, the one on the movie. He was so good. Like the actor. And I don't care. You're not blocking Parsons. Like I don't care who it is.
Wait, Michael Orr is the real guy.
Yeah. I want the other guy. He was better than Orr. The actor was better than Orr.
No, I think that was the whole thing about that actor. The guy that's actor had never been an athlete before. Like he had never played.
Yeah, but he can protect the passer.
It was a movie.
But he can protect.
That was a movie. That wasn't real.
He should have played. Like that guy's better than Orr. Just because he's a big guy? Yeah, and he's better than Orr.
No.
He did some things in that movie that I've never. I don't care who it is. You're not stopping Parsons. So I think you just scheme like wherever he is. Let's go the other way.
Just run the other way. But they got DeMarcus Lawrence over there.
Okay. Well, unless they line them up side by side, we're probably in trouble.
Yeah, probably in trouble there.
Yeah.
Could be a little bit of an issue. Now, here's the thing on the other side. So the Cowboys went to Cleveland last week and scored 33 against the Browns.
Cleveland!
Yeah, no, that was my defense for my fantasy.
The Browns, by the way, were the best defense in the NFL a year ago.
Yeah, I took them like in the 5th round. Everybody laughed at me.
So we're all having this conversation now about, hey, all Dallas has is CeeDee Lamb. Jake Ferguson, their tight end, is hurt. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to play. Well, Marshawn Lattimore, Dennis Allen, it didn't practice on Friday. Dennis Allen gave this update on Lattimore Friday.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we got to decide whether a guy's going to make the trip or not, I mean, my plan is Lattimore's on the trip. We'll see where he's at on game day. And if we feel like he's appropriate to play, then he'll be out there.
It doesn't sound encouraging. We'll see how that goes. It's just that, I mean, it's Friday, and there's 15 guys on the Saints injury report in week 2. That's just a bad omen. It's not. We talked about it a lot in camp, which was like every day in camp there was like another significant injury. And it feels like some of that, now that the season started, is kind of rearing its ugly head.
They came out of the chute too fast. They shouldn't have scored so many points. They should have just kept it a close
saved
game.
some of it.
They should have saved. Yeah, they should have saved some. This seems like one of those games, like when you go like in baseball, you have a 3-game series, and one of them is just a throwaway game, like you're not going to win.
Yeah,
that's what
bullpen day.
This is a bullpen day.
It's a bullpen day.
Rest your veterans.
Rest the vets.
Bullpen day. That's kind of.
It's 1 out of 162.
That's what this.
You're not
feels
going
like.
undefeated.
That's right. That's what this feels
It
like.
kind of does. Noon Central on Sunday. Saints at Cowboys. Do you want to pick it?
Yeah, do I need to give you a score? I think the Saints are going to score some points, like 3. So, 27-3.
All right, I'm going to go 31-21. I'm going to pick Dallas to win it. I do think there's probably just too much. And look, and saying 31-21, I am probably disrespecting the Saints defense too much. A very good defense under Dennis Allen. That's been very good.
Yeah.
That is 31, quite honestly, is probably too many points.
Yeah, damn Ricky Jackson is something else, man.
Ricky Jackson is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
He can tackle.
Yeah.
Like, he can tackle.
He hasn't played in 20 years. Probably closer to 30 years, actually. Yeah.
The Dome Patrol.
They were awesome, man.
Yep.
But, after that, he then went to San Francisco. Played for the 49ers after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Him and Ronnie Lott.
Yeah, actually, yes. They were on the same team.
Yep. Didn't he cut his finger off in the middle of a game and keep playing? Ronnie Lott?
Ronnie Lott did, yeah. It was like the tip of his finger.
Warrior.
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay.
Yeah, go Cowboys.
No.
I mean, go Saints.
Who dat?
Who dat? But bullpen day. Just,
feels like it. And let me give you a reason for optimism.
Don't buy too much into this game.
Here's people. Look, I'm going to circle September the 29th at Atlanta. Because listen, I don't think you're going to win in New Orleans next week against Philly. So I think you start 1-2. But if you come back and you beat Atlanta to get to 2-2, you go to Kansas City, which you're going to lose. So you'll be 2-3. Then you're home against the Bucs, home against the Broncos on Thursday night. I think you can win both of those. If you do that, you're 4-3 through 7 weeks, and then the schedule lightens up. You do have to go to the Chargers, but then you're at Carolina, who stinks. You get Atlanta at home. You get Cleveland at home. You get the Rams at home. You got to go to the Giants, who stink. You get the Commanders at home. There's a path
to the Super Bowl?
I'm not going there, but there's a path to winning this division, and you can't go to the Super Bowl if you don't win the division. I think the division is still not very good. I still think 9 wins could win the division. I don't know that I think the Saints get there, but my point is this is your glass half full approach. I don't think you have to win on Sunday or next week at home against Philly. The one you got to circle and win is the 29th when you go at Atlanta. You get that one, and then you win the home games against Bucs, Broncos. I think you can be 4-3 after 7 weeks, and I think that gives you a real opportunity. But you just got to keep your head above water here over these next 4 weeks. You can't go lose your next 4, because if you do, then you've dug yourself too deep of a hole to get out.
And at that point, you just try to lose every one of them. Like, try to lose them is what I would do. Is that same guy still the GM? What's his name?
Mickey Loomis.
He's still the GM?
Yep.
Don't call me.
You're going to call him, huh?
I don't know. I mean, we'll just see what that looks like.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.